Hi, it's day 11 out of my 90 days until I'm doing the Dolby Theater, which I'm so unbelievably excited about. Um, I think there's a new level of content coming through, and I think that event and the event I have this weekend in Chicago and at the Omega Institute in New York are going to be a completely new experience, and I'm so excited about them. And I was thinking today, while I was meditating, a thought came up about one of the biggest reasons why we have a hard time accessing our deeper selves and actually creating and doing things that are really expansive and exciting is we've created this addictive need for a guarantee before we do anything. In other words, obviously, we're not going to go to a job unless we can see that we'll get paid for it, right? So many people will sacrifice a massive amount of possibility and creativity and flow and everything because they don't have the instant guarantee that they'll get something before they do it. So because of that, most people would rather just have a day job that probably doesn't pay nearly as much as what your expansion would create for you and what would happen if you actually accessed all of you. When you meditate, you don't have a guarantee that you'll get anything. You have to actually just sacrifice the visual guarantee. And by guarantee, I mean what your mind can see that it wants. And if it gets that guarantee, then it's just getting what your ego wanted, not what your soul wants. So whenever I meditate, I have to release the idea that I'll get something for it, and I actually expand. This also happens with giving something. Often we give something because we want to see that we'll get something back for giving it, which really isn't giving. So we do this with all kinds of stuff, and we don't actually allow ourselves to just expand and see what life wants to give you for you accessing something that's beyond the vision of a minimal guarantee. You practicing giving, you practicing being in your creativity, you practicing being in your flow, you practicing meditating, you practicing journaling, but not knowing the for sure guarantee that you'll get from it is where you really actually get change. And ironically, if you meditated every day for a year, I almost could tell you there is a guarantee of a lot less addictions and a lot of money saved on not putting it in things to try to get fulfillment from some false external thing. You saving money on so many different areas and then also creating from a much more expansive place and starting to let go of these different things that are heavy. That's a guarantee I almost could give you. And if you had the guarantee that, you'd suddenly have 100,000 more in the bank in a year if you meditated every day, then you'd suddenly see that you're on the clock when you're meditating. You'd suddenly see that you're actually working towards something, and you'd probably be more likely to do it. Weirdly, I know that without knowing the specifics of what it is, that those things happen. The ultimate relationship is on the other side of meditation. The ultimate connection, a spiritual alignment, a much better place to live, a much bigger career, a much better, book that's coming out next year. Like all those different things are on the other side of my creating and meditation. And if you do it enough, you start to get some type of internal guarantee is going to happen. So what I want to offer, if you want to really leap, is sacrifice the need for the instant guarantee of what you'll get, because that's not creating or giving. That's just getting. So sacrifice the need for what'll I get? If I meditate, what'll I get right away? And do it for a while and watch as life shows you things that you start to get. And then you'll have a soul guarantee. I know that there's a soul guarantee. If I do that, I don't know what it is, but I don't want to know. I want life to reward me how it wants for me showing up and actually creating. But the real reward is actually the creating. And I promise you, if you show up and create, I guarantee you, you will feel amazing.